All right, I think we're live. Let's double check by going to the YouTube studio. We're going to work on HDX again today. We're going to continue working on tokenization because I didn't quite finish it. Should probably tee this up before I actually start, but hey, I only just got in. Okay. So, what was the issue that we found ourselves with? Oh, I should probably keep chat open as well. So yesterday we were working through the various tokenization, the tricky tokenization bits. I can't remember if I got stuck on this one on the stream. I actually fixed that one last night, so I need to pull. That didn't pull properly, did it? Cool. Huh. So we're down to 8. I think we left the stream at about 12. So 8 failing tests, and the first failing test underneath this sea of logs is this one. And so we're encountering a null byte, which in the spec in the syntax spec it has some guidance on this. So it says there's a set of pre-processing steps to the input stream. And it says the input stream is consists of filtered code points pushed into it as the byte stream is decoded. The filtered code points is effectively they just map. There's a couple of conditions, right? So if you see 0D, which is carriage return CR, or you see a form feed, which is 0C, replace them with a line feed. Or if you see a carriage return followed by a line feed, that should just be the line feed, right? So you need to be like, if you see the carriage return, peek 1 character ahead, and if it's a line feed, return the line feed. Otherwise, replace the carriage return with the line feed. And if you see a form feed, you can just replace that. It also says, replace any 0, which is a null point, with FFFD, which is the replacement character. So there's a couple of tricky bits here. I don't want to do this filtering on every single character, especially because there's only a certain number of points where this is actually relevant. One of those is parsing the value of the atom of an ident. So we need to go to the consume ident token. Consume ident like token does consume ident sequence. So if we go to consume ident sequence, I need to change the video resolution. Why? Is this not coming through well enough? Uh-oh. I have an issue with my... with the stream, I think. It looks like it's coming through fine. It looks like it's... Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So consume ident sequence. What we're doing is we're looping through all of these. We're checking certain aspects to like if it's an ASCII lowercase character, we know that is valid ident, and it's also going to be a UTF distance of 1, so we can just do this very simple bit of code. If it's an ident, and if it's otherwise an ident character that is not ASCII, we need to do a bit more complicated things. So one thing is we need to get the UTF length of the character, and the other thing is we set this flag, which I totally forget what is for, but we're going to go have a look. So the flag says so we special case for idents that just contain lowercase ASCII characters, because that will make up the bulk of a well-offered CSS file. It's pretty much all just lowercase ASCII. And that allows us to do some quick optimizations for how we try to tokenize. Like with this one bit, we can just check that and then skip a bunch of work. So that's important to check. So the next bit is if it contains an escape sequence, and then we do this whole other thing and we set this flag, which is that it includes escape characters. I think we want a similar condition, because what we want to say is if the nth char is the null byte, is a /0, we want to say next, but we also want to say it does include an escape sequence. And we know that this is a character of 1. And what this will do is then in the lib part, in lexilib parse stir. This is where we check some of these flags. And so here you can see if it doesn't contain escape characters, we can just take a reference of the string slice. But if it does contain escape characters, we need to go through this whole block of code. And that's important because we do want to replace this with the replacement character. So I think we probably want this, and we're probably going to have to say something like if C is the null character, we need to allocate the string, the copy. This is like copy on write. And then we want to say string as mute unwrap push, and we're going to push not null but FFFD, the replacement character, which is also known as, in this library, replacement. I think that should fix this test. Actually, what did we get to? Oh, we're in a loop. And that is because I haven't plussed I. We are still in a loop. That is because reasons. Why would we be in a loop? Why would we be in a loop here? We do. Oh, we are on no capture. Let's say. Let's just stick a debug here and see if it comes up a bunch. Yeah, it's not coming up. Huh. Curious. Let me comment this out. And this. So we get 8. If I pop this back in, does this also freeze or loop? Okay, we're looping here for some reason. We are doing a cars next. And we're +1ing len. But before it would break. But this is a valid character. The FFFD is valid, is ident, I'm pretty sure. If we do a debug assert is ident replacement. Not found. There we go. Yeah, it's passing because otherwise it would. I'm pretty sure it's passing. Curiouser and curiouser. Nth char unwraps to replace with EOF, which is the null byte. Like EOF is a null byte character to represent the end of a file, but in this case, okay, in this case, we want to say self cars next is sum. And so this is because cars next will return an option. And if it's at the end of the file, it will return a none, which is different to nth car because that just returns the EOF character. So this should work. Okay, so we're back to 8. And then if we uncomment this, we should see 7 tests. 8 still. Damn. So let's go see what happened here. So the start of this test, this is a fuzz, I think. Is this one fuzz 9.1? I'll do this. Yeah, fuzz. I do this. Oh yeah, look at that. Right, so it we get we've got IV1, then we've got this emoji or this Unicode symbol, then we've got the null character. We should. Well, let's go look this up actually. So fuzz91, fuzz91 CSS. Nope. Fuzz91 DE56D3. It is this one. No, this is the wrong one. Where is it? Oh, it's this one. Fuzz B6. Fuzz B69.css. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so we got IV1. We've got this, which is zero, zero to string 16. F1C7. Unicode. Oh, it's private use. Okay, that makes sense. So it's coming up as this file icon, because this is like one of the patched nerd font things. Then I guess here is the null byte, which is represented as a caret at in my editor. And so we should have seen that. Oh. So dimensions. I know what the problem is. When we do a dimension, dimensions have their own set of flags. Why is dimension not coming up? Here. So dimensions, they don't use the ident flags, so they don't have a flag telling them something is escaped. So in the token number packing, we say if the first flag is set, the dimension is known. And I think we can just use that as an escape. So in lib, we should say, well, we should say contains escape characters. Oh, I've already done this. This was literally the code I was about to write. Never mind then. Maybe I don't know the issue. Contains escape characters. First bit is set. So we should be able to... No, wait, this is a delimiter. Why am I talking about dimensions? This is a delimiter. Ah. Been barking up the wrong tree the whole time. I mean, that should fix errors. Maybe we should undo that. Whatever. It is... I haven't finished my coffee yet. That's my excuse. What is this? Okay, so excuse me. So for delimiters, they're in a different area. They are read next. Read next? Read next token. Which is this. We're saying C is U32 here. But this is an EOF. If... Ah, yeah, this. This is totally wrong. This is the bit. This is the bit that's wrong. So, if self cars next is some, then we're going to replace this with the delim. Forget the arguments here. Type flags 0, offset U32, len. So len should be 1. No, len should be the car, which is replacement. And we'll add a comment here based on this. So, to filter, yeah. This looks good. We just need to get rid of these. This should fix it, I think. As you see, 32. Damn, still got 8 failures. Why? Okay. This is still B6. It's fixed a lot. It used to be a lot worse. If I can manage to scroll back. I don't think I will. B69 ECE. Next, previous. So this is what we had before. So it just choked because it thought it was the end of the file, so it gave up. And then this is what we have now. Is just this delimiter is a bit wonky. So, well, this is interesting. So the delimiter... Oh, I have a feeling B69 is wrong. This should never... This should never happen. It should not be in the structured output, right? Because going back to this, it says replace 0 null. It also says all surrogate code points in input with FFFD. This should be a delim of FFFD. I think it's time to file an issue. I'm pretty sure about this. Should we see if Roman's up and get him on the stream? Roman. I think I found a bug in the CSS tokenizer test suite. I'm pretty convinced this is the let's see if there's any right. Yeah, this is well, what about 0? Change from any code point in the CSS replaced with FFD. Hex such as /0 that evaluates should produce FFFD rather than 00 null. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a mistake in the test suite. So let's make a PR. This is B69. So the source is correct, but the tokens are wrong. Because this should be FFFD. Replace /0 with /FFD in structured output. Create pull request. So what is the issue here? This fuzz test to structured output a delim of this should say /u, shouldn't it? Oops. So I'm just gonna yeet all of this and quote it. We don't need the note. This means whenever a tokenizer encounters /0, it should be reinterpreted as FFD. Oh yeah, it's plus. Oh, this is interesting. There's another bit. Code point between 0, null is a non-printable. There should probably be a note here as well, because we would never expect to see this. I think I want to put a note here in this spec as well. This is specifically about changes. In the changes for what? Changes. Whoops. Okay. Let's link some bits. Processing the input stream here. Like this. This is pointless, it's just decorative. And 12 changes. Was it this one? Yeah. So this PR alters the fuzz test. Come on, give me the thing. I don't want to have to copy it. Nope. Oh, what's happened here? Bugs. Look at this. Oh, this is annoying. So fuzz test using the null character resulting in structured output. Dilim of /0. Not correct given the CSS syntax module level 3 specification. Quote a bunch. This means whenever a tokenizer encounters /0, it should be FFD. This is specifically called out in 12.6. PR alters fuzz test to change the dilim tokens structured value from /0000 to /FFD. And then maybe we will, just for fun, also cool. We'll see what happens anyway. It's a discussion, right? But I don't want to fix this anytime soon because I think we are in the right here. So this test, I think, I'm not interested in resolving, but I am weirded out by this. This shouldn't be happening. It's getting additional characters here. I'm not entirely sure why. Yeah. This should just read the roster. Roster should just do this, right? Debug. Self kind. Oh no, token kind. I'm so glad I've spent like 35 minutes on what amounts to a null byte character. So we got an ident of IV1. Contains escape characters. 262. An ident of B. That's this one. It's skipping. Oh, it's roster that we care about here. Parse roster. Token offset is usize plus token len. Do a debug. Token kind. A token offset here. And a token len. Start to start plus token len. Yeah. Loads of scroll back. Maybe we could delete some of these debugs now. No, we want to keep this one. Some tidier output, hopefully. All right, so still crazy long because we are putting a debug in the hot path. Oh, all right. I'm going to if token kind delim. Just limit some of the sheer amount of logging. Okay. See, this is a length of 3 because this is Like delimiters are not always a length of 1 because it depends on their Unicode value. There's a number of UTF-8 characters. But I can't see the B here. In bigness, maybe. So IV1 plus is the first one I see. Is there even a plus? There is a plus here. But for some reason this one isn't getting this. No. It's very curious. Why are we getting this as the first one? Do you know what? Let's do a individual test rather than using this tokenizer test suite. Alexa tests. So, oh, yeah, this one we need to look at as well. Tokenizes null lim as replacement. So we expect just /0 to be a delim at the length of 1. The raw stir should be, well, maybe the raw stir should be /0, and the parsed stir should be /UFFD. And we'll also check the offset. It should be 0, and just for funsies, let's do another one. Oh my word. This should be an offset of 3 and do the same thing. Tokenizes null. Right. So the length is marked as 3, which potentially means, well, it should be hitting this path. Read next. Read next. Lim. Should be here, right? Saw the limb. Not here? Oh, it is. Soul Dilemma. Why are you assuming... Oh. This is frustrating. I'm guessing FFFD U FFFD len UTF-8. Is this 3? This shouldn't be 3, right? This should be 1. It's 3. Okay. Delim. So these 3 flag bytes could potentially be used for the length of the delimiter, because you'd have like more than enough bytes, right? You'd only really need 2 bytes to count, because a single or a Unicode character that isn't a surrogate, I'm pretty sure you can only have like 3, right? The maximum length of a Unicode character that isn't a surrogate is 3. So the length of the UTF bytes would be 3. You'd have 1, 2, and 4, which means you'd have a total of 7, right? No. Yeah. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to say if k is delim. Maybe we'll put it here. If k is delim, this maps to the length of the raw string, which might be different from the encoded delim given /0 and surrogates are replaced with FFD. Okay, so len is going to need to do something a bit different here, which is we're going to need to say self flags bits shift 29 as U32, I think. We'll just try it out and see what happens. And then we need to, when we are making a delim, this should be 1. This can 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 be 1. This needs to be, this can be 1, and then this needs to be len UTF-8. So then when we make the token, this should be fine. This needs to be a U8. Okay, we're a little bit closer. Roster. Parser needs to, well, we don't really care about parser in this case. What we do care about is car. maybe we do care about this. Whoa, parser. This token car though should definitely be FFD. Whoops. Token car should be FFD without a doubt. Found option some. Okay. So then in parser, to be honest, in parser we should just be able to say if kind is the limb, return token car unwrap. I don't know of a good reason why we would not do that. Maybe that will bite us later, but we'll find out. Does car have a stir? No. Format. It has toString. Then we would have to pass a reference. Cannot return reference to a temporary value. We're going to have to say allocator. This is very silly. I don't think this should really be doing this, but whatever. Stir, push. Do we have to do a push? Token car unwrap. So yeah, calling parser on a car on a delim will allocate that to the heap, which is like a bad idea when it's already packed into the delim itself, but oh well. This needs to return a reference, I guess. Cannot return a reference. Fantastic. There, have that. Whoops. This needs to be a let mute. Wild. Absolutely ludicrous amount of code. What is going on in the tests now? Because we're including white space, we need to... just do this. And then we'll also do this. And maybe we'll do EOF. So saying the null byte character is 2 now, which is also wrong. Where is that though? That is on 694. Oops. Token offset 0, 1, 2. Oh yeah. All right, fine. I'm happy with that. That's fine. You can have that one. Okay. Well, that was pulling teeth. Let's see what other failures we have, I guess. We still have 8 failures. We've been an hour and we haven't actually passed a single test, but this one, I think, is the key. We've reduced this, and it used to be a lot bigger, and so I'm happy with that. This one, oh no. Oh no. Alright, I'm not attempting to fix that one. This one's interesting. So bad URL should... Do we have remnants? Remnants. Yeah, consume the remnants of a bad URL. Huh. That should work. So we're saying we're going to be in here because as we start parsing a URL, we're going to run into the escape sequence. If it's an escape sequence, then we run the escape sequence. But this isn't an escape sequence because it's an escaped quote character. So we're going to run here. We're going to call consume the remnants of a bad URL. So we're going to be... No, this is nth char. We just need to skip that. I think that should solve it. It does not solve it. Why doesn't it solve it? So we would hit the escape character. We would check if it was an escape sequence. It's not an escape sequence. So we would have to say cars next. Else if let sum c equals self cars next. Len plus equals c len utf8. That's u32. Oh, did we actually pass? We still have 8 failures. I'm gonna get rid of this debug. We don't need this debug anymore, and it's causing a lot of noise. Still more. This will be easier. Okay. So this one here. So Remnants. Let's see. And let's also 0. Debug those. This should fall through to here. We should see the slash. We should then see the quote and just skip. And then we should go to the paren. And break. So we should have this. We're not even falling through to the... Okay, let's get this on the test. Tokenized is bad URL. Let's actually look at bad URL. Oh wait. Oh, it's not even escaped. That's the problem that I'm facing. We would escape it here. Oh. That's infuriating. There should be a bad URL. Offset 0, length 7. Raw stir should be quote. Oh no. Tokenize is bad URL. We saw 6 and 7. That's good. So now we can look at this. So it's actually here for the quote, consume remnants. This is the problem. We need oops. We need len UTF-8 here. We need to add the length of the characters because we're just chewing through characters without counting them. As U32. Yeah. Yep. Okay, cool. Please, can we at least fix one test? Oh, look at that. We fixed 2. Fantastic. Okay. We're at the hour. We have fixed 2 tests. But we've also done something really productive, which is potentially... Oh. Interesting. So processing the input stream can't be done for any dev tool. Dev tools are expected to be able to read and write from the same file without making such alterations. So it may be better to have 2 sets of name tests, one with and without processing, or to make sure the fuzz tests never contain any source where pre-processing would actually matter. Then implementers can pick which set they adhere to. That is interesting. I'll have to percolate on that one. All right. Well, anyways, this was productive. Cool. I will see you around. I don't know when I'll do the next stream, but it will be soon. If you've been watching, thank you very much. Bye for now.